What's up guys, AJ here, and in this video I'm going to be talking about how expired listings saved my real estate career, and it just might save yours. Maybe you don't need your real estate career being saved, but maybe you'd like to make more money, and expired listings is a great way to do that. You see, in my first year I listed over 30 houses, but it didn't start that way. In fact, up until about 6 months in, I did not take any listings. I sold one house, but once I finally figured out how to prospect for sellers, primarily expired listings, my business took off. And like I said, I ended up listing over 30 houses that year. Didn't have a great first year, but my second year I sold 36 houses as an individual agent, made over $150,000, and it absolutely saved my career. So let's talk about how I did that, and make sure you stay all the way to the end because I'm going to be giving you my expired mastery course for free, and my scripts are a part of that. So if you want to pursue expired listings and after watching this video you're like, hey, I want to give it a shot, or hey, that's me, I'm going all in, well, hey, I got a free course for you. So when I first got into real estate, I was trying so many different things. I really didn't have a clear focus, and that's the first thing that I want you to establish in your real estate business, is really just having a clear focus. Like, if I were to ask you right now, if we were having lunch, hey, what's the number one lead source that you have? Hey, where does most of your business come from? What would you say? I ask agents this question often, and I usually get blank stares, and they try to think, and they're like, well, you know what? I actually really don't know. If you don't know where your business is coming from, then you certainly don't have a focus in your business. If you had a focus in your business, you'd know exactly where your transactions are coming from, and you would double down on those lead sources, right? So first of all, make sure that you're tracking your business, and secondly, once you're tracking your business, identify where your business is coming from, and if you want to improve on those things, or if you want to add something like expired listings, well then add expired listings. So after trying all these different things, from open houses, leads through the internet, like pay-per-click leads, Realtor.com leads, Zillow leads, Facebook leads, Craigslist leads, like all these things, what I realized was I was just spinning my wheels. So I said, you know what? Let me go seek out the answers. Let me go model success. So I booked a flight to Las Vegas, went to my first real estate conference, and what I discovered there was there's actually a blueprint for success. So what I do as a broke new real estate agent, I hired a real estate coach on my credit card, and I can tell you it's the best investment I've ever made in me. And that point forward, everything changed, because not only did I have the blueprint, the treasure map for success, but I also had somebody holding me accountable. On a weekly basis, I was talking to my coach. And just that little act of really putting skin in the game, making that investment in myself, putting it on a credit card, no plan B, plan A is go all in. Just that act made me more accountable to taking consistent action. But even if you're taking consistent action towards something that isn't a proven path to success, you may not succeed, right? So what really gave me the confidence to pursue that path 100% was knowing that so many others were already having success with it. So by putting skin in the game, by putting it on my credit card, by knowing that I was on the right path, and then by showing up every single week to talk to my coach, report my numbers, that accountability environment allowed me to take consistent action. And by taking consistent action, my confidence increased, and that allowed me to present myself in a way that made clients, both over the phone when I was prospecting and in person, comfortable and confident enough that they could hire me. And as a 26-year-old, when I first started, that was a big thing. You know what? I've sold hundreds of houses, and what I discovered is that no one really asks you how long you've been in business. How many homes have you sold? So by changing my approach, I discovered that there's different tools that I needed in order to work as efficiently as possible and to really maximize my time. One of those tools was RedX. RedX is a data provider, so it's going to pull together the for sale by owners for you, the expired listings, names and numbers for circle prospecting, and it's also a power dialer, which essentially calls the numbers for you up to 3 lines at a time, meaning 3 people are being called at a time. It's pretty cool. And what I discovered with that tool, it allowed me to work 3 times more efficient than my competition. If that's something that you think would be helpful on your journey, then there's a link in the description where you'll actually save $149, so make sure you check that out. I can credit almost, aside from me obviously actually showing up and doing the work, even more so important than scripts was having a data provider and a dialer. If you're trying to find the data yourself, if you're hand dialing, you're going to give up before you even get started. You're going to spend like all morning trying to find the numbers for the expireds. Then you're going to go call on your cell phone. You're going to get through 5, and they're all going to be like, oh, I already relisted. Oh, you're the 100th agent that has called me today. I'm telling you, get something like RedX. Link in the description. And while you're at it, please hit the like button if you're getting some value from this video. So why expired listings? What I learned was there's no faster way and cheaper way to get listings. And I wanted listings. If you're working right now in this market and you're working with a lot of buyers, you know it's tough. The reality is that it's always been listings. Listings were always the leverage. And back in 2013 when I got started, it was more of a balanced market, maybe even more so a buyer's market, meaning that buyers had the advantage. But having listings was still way better because you just list the property, the buyers show it, you negotiate the contract, and boom, you got a commission check. So I knew from the beginning that listings was just a much more leveraged activity, and I figured I could probably list 10 houses rather than working with 5 buyers, so twice as many deals. I would be able to work in the same amount of time. Agents always struggle to get listings because of 2 reasons. They don't know how, and they lack confidence. So the confidence thing, I think that comes with practicing your skills and taking action towards a proven plan that you know works. And that proven plan is the how. I discovered the how, and I discovered that by practicing my scripts and taking action that my confidence rose. So right off the bat, as a 26-year-old in my first year, I started listing houses like that. In fact, I remember perfectly. I remember all the agents around my office were like checking out for the holidays, and I was still working on a consistent basis, not killing myself, but just consistently working 40, 45 hours a week. And the week before Christmas, because I remember because I was actually in North Carolina, Charlotte, selling houses, and I am from Michigan. And my wife and I were going to drive back to Michigan for Christmas break, or Christmas. We're going to spend a week there. And I took 4 listings the week of Christmas. And I forget, Christmas I feel like for some reason was like on a Thursday. This was 10 years ago. But I remember like running out, getting the listing signed, getting the signs in the yard. Because this is the thing, motivated sellers always want to sell their home. And that's what we're looking for. We're looking for motivated sellers when we're prospecting expireds. A really big deal of why expired listings are so important right now, even though we're in a hot market, everything's selling, there's still expired listings, and there's also canceled and withdrawns. And depending what state you're in, what country you're in, maybe you can call, maybe you can't, it all depends. But we know that expired listings are still happening for various reasons. And as the market's shifting, so you can get business now, and as the market's shifting, as it will, we can't stay, in this hot market forever. You'll have the skills and the foundation that you built in the good times, right? As we go into maybe the not so good times, you can really take advantage because there's going to be a lot of expireds. This happens every 10 years or so. In the real estate market, it's, ups and downs, ups and downs. And the last time we really had a real estate crash was like 2008, right? Well, that's 14 years later. What do you think is going to happen sooner than later? Hopefully it stays good and we don't have like a huge correction, but we will have a correction. And when a correction happens, more expireds hit the market. So why not learn the skill set now? There's still expireds today that you can get business from. There's old expireds from a few years ago that you can call too. That's like the ninja move. That's where I'd actually recommend you start. And then on top of that, when it's time to go, you got the skills. So in a second, I'm going to be telling you exactly where to get that free course for expireds. But first, I want to tell you why agents don't succeed at this, and then I want to tell you what you should do in order to win. Reasons why agents do not succeed when it comes to seller prospecting, expired listings for sale by owners, it doesn't matter. It's because they don't know what to do, number 1. Number 2, they don't have the confidence. And number 3, they don't take consistent action. Ironically, all 3 of those are connected. If you don't know what to do, how confident are you going to be? And if you're not confident, how likely are you going to take consistent action? It's very slim. So you got to break that cycle. So this is what you got to do if you want to win. You got to follow a proven path. I have that in my expired program that I'm going to give you here in a second. 2, by knowing the proven path, you're going to gain confidence. But you also need to be practicing your scripts. You need to be studying the game. You need to be taking that action. And by increasing your confidence, the consistency will start. The more confident you are, the better you are at something, the more you want to do it, right? The more you're excited to do it. So the consistency kind of starts to happen on its own. So it's like this cycle. And either you can have like a negative feedback loop or you can have a positive feedback loop. Negative would be, I don't know what to do, so I don't take action because I don't have confidence, meaning I don't take consistent action. Positive feedback loop is, I know what to do, I'm practicing my scripts, so I'm getting confident, and then I'm taking action, it's consistent, and I'm getting results because I know what to do, I'm on the right path, I'm taking consistent action, I'm practicing my scripts, and then it just keeps this positive feedback loop. So that's kind of the momentum that you want to build in your business. All right, so you stuck to the end. If you watched to the end, go ahead and give me a hashtag free course in the comments. And if you want that free course, then go in the description and right by that discount code for RedX, save $149, will be the free course linked up in the description. So make sure you check that out. And hey, make sure you go through all the videos. And on the right, you'll actually find my free scripts, not only for expireds, but also for sale by owners, objection handlers. That is my gift to you for watching. So if you got some value from this video, make sure you give me a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. We'll see you next time.